What to do, what to do, what to do. Vader Games in the building. What it is. What up? Hope everyone's doing well. Vader Games TV. Let me make sure my levels are good. I don't want that to be the problem here. I see people in the building already. My lighting's kind of jacked up. What's going on here? It's messing with the green screen behind me. I don't like it. But let's not waste any time. McLovin, thank you, my guy in the building. Man's telling me perfect timing. Big Morgan in the building. What it do? What it do? And Edison, my guy, IEGA times, man, when we were gaming, battler. Daniel also, big up, big up. Okay, I'm gonna let the room fill up for a little bit, but as I kind of also deal with this little bit of green screen, but maybe I'll just have to accept it for today. Please let me know in the comments if the levels are good, audio is nice and clean. I'm really hoping that it is. Guys, girls, first things first, new to the channel or returning to the channel. If you're returning to the channel, here's what I ask you to do. It's not going to cost anything. It's not going to cost you anything. Copy this channel, put it in whatever group chat you have, and please share it. That's all that I ask. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that sub button, hit that like button. You know what I mean? Let's make that happen. So you see what's going on here on the comments. You see it. Oh my gosh. And I normally I try to make this show 45 minutes to an hour. I guarantee you these topics right here, and I'm sure the combo that we're gonna have, it's gonna be longer than 45 minutes. I believe that. I believe that. My guy, let's see what's going on here. Big Morgan, hello. Everyone is in the building. Adam in the building. Thank you for the support, my guy. Like I was just saying, these topics, I think are going to spark a great conversation. It's a lot that I want to get off my chest too. So I'm gonna be balancing that throughout the convo. And I'm taking, like I always say, this is Vader Games TV. I'm obviously Vader Games, Vator Gamez for my Hispanic viewers. But this is why always me. An uncanny way of looking at things differently, maybe looking at things a little too early, or just having a different perspective. So that's why I've got these topics. Now, let me say this. Everyone, let's not waste any more time. You know what we got to do. You know what we have to do. Let's run it. Okay. Terrible timing. My phone is ringing. We're gonna have to ignore it. Actually, you know what? Damn it. Viewers, give me a sec. Ah, the worst. Oh man, this is crazy. I don't normally do a show at this time of day, right? And I was placing my bets on whether I could do this and not have a flow within the workday. But I couldn't let that call go. But thank you so much for being patient and remaining here, balancing this as well as work. I can't this content creation isn't something that I do full time. So thank you so much. Martin in the building, what it do? McLovin with the comment already. Let me see what he's got on the screen. Reader, you heard that spicy Wenger talk about he has the best 4 CBs and 2 best left right backs and in the world, including his keeper. LOL. These nearly men never learn. Yo, I'm working on a mix. Nearly men, nearly men. Wish Death Pond City, but well, I'm gonna work on it. It's not refined yet. But if you know the tune, you know the tune. McLovin, I agree, man. Crazy things going on here. Daniel in the building. That's Pep on the phone telling you to be ready for a great season. Yo, I wish I had Pep on the phone. I wish we were text buddies, man, because there's a lot that I would want to share with him and learn from him as well. No doubt, no doubt. Martin, again, thanks for joining Spaces, mate. By the way, I appreciate it, man, and it was a fantastic combo. And this is another thing, guys and girls. I'm consuming a lot more of the social media interactions amongst the fan base, and I'm actually loving it. And it's not just Manchester City fans that I'm interacting with. I'm hearing the different perspectives, and what I love so much about it is it's giving me different angles to really think about the sport and also think about my club as well as the rival. So that's actually a big reason for why these comments are on the screen, because I want to have this conversation. And bear with me, it's not fully flushed out, right? It's not a proper thesis that I've written down and thought about all angles, but it is something that I'm like, you know what, sparks here. Let's have the convo. So I hope you guys really enjoy it. I should do some cooking on Liverpool. Listen. The ingredients are being collected. I'm going to the store. I'm getting my ingredients. There will be a proper Liverpool cooking, but I think I should hold off a little bit until the window closes. To be real with you, I think I should hold out. But let's go to it. Let's get to it. This comes up time to time, right? And it's the fact that Manchester City has won 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, and there's the possibility of us going after our third. Okay, there's a possibility of us going after our third in a row, three-peat. And I don't like the dismissal or dismissive approach that many rivals, neutrals are saying that Pep and Manchester City has turned the EPL into a farmers league. And the reason why, the, the definition of farmers league, I think it's being thrown out way too easily. Because listen, the competition in the EPL is fierce. The competition is it's a battle. It battles right to the final day of the season. Like we can all agree to that. We all know that. So the fact that there's been one winner 4 out of 5 doesn't mean that the league's been a farmers league, because it's been a battle to the end. It's been a battle with teams, and the different teams to have challenged us or to have been finished second. There's been a variety, right? It's been Liverpool, it's been Man U. Hasn't been the same consistent team that's winning by a great margin. A farmers league is when there's a clear, this club is winning 9 out of 10 times without a real contest, without a real challenge or battle. Even 5, 8, double-digit point gap. That's wild. That's not what we typically see in the EPL. And we also see a battle amongst the teams for that title. And another reason why this Farmers League definition and being thrown out I hit the mic, why it's being thrown out on City, and why it's just not it's just not fair, is because Manchester City doesn't poach, doesn't acquire all of the best talent in the league. right? A farmers league is, if you really think about it, if you think about, I shouldn't name these leagues. I'm not going to name these leagues. I'm going to be respectful. You know, Vader Games. I'm going to be respectful. But these leagues where the best talent always tends to go to the one club. You know, like no matter how much is being spent, the biggest spender is that one club at the top that pulls all of that talent. That's a farmers league. That isn't the EPL. That's the other leagues. I'll let you guys name it in the comments. I'm not going to do it myself. I'll let you guys name it in the comments. All right. But that is what a farmers league is. It's not just one team winning many titles within a short succession, because it depends on how the battle goes. It also depends on where the talent ends up going within the farmers league. That is not the EPL. Let's make that 100% clear. 100% clear. That is not the definition of farmers league. Let me put Daniel up here. He goes, people don't know the definition of farmers league. 100%. And what they're trying to do is make it seem like City should be winning these titles because it is a farmers league, or Pep has turned this into a farmers league. No, Manchester City has not turned this into a farmers league. Another thing that I want to point out, and why you can't look at it as a farmers league, is because when you look at the league in its totality, how they compete in Europe. Yes, maybe you look, there's only one winner. There's only one winner. So if the one team of said farmers league happens to win the UCL, that doesn't mean that the league itself isn't a farmers league. You had one team that won it. One team's always going to win the UCL. But it's the amount of teams that actually compete within that competition that actually compete at a high level. That's how we should look at whether a league is a farmers league or not. Are other clubs within that league contesting and challenging within Europe? That's a huge part of it. It's a huge part of it. Uber Eats and Premier League. Premier League doesn't get called Farmers League because the league has so much PR, and that is the media protects it so much. Nah, man, Blake, I disagree with that. Let's look at what happens when the teams are now competing. If you want to look at the Champions League, if you want to look at Europa, right? Which teams in that mix are actually going the furthest, or challenge the most, or have the strongest representation? That's how you need to look at these farmers league. EPL is not a farmers league. It is not. I don't think I've made any comments out here. Someone grab me my combine harvester. Martin knows farming for that comment. He knows farming for that comment. He goes, hit that like button, please. Again, viewers, I'm not on YouTube right now. I don't know what the tally's at, but I see that you guys are supporting the channel. It's early in the day. I don't typically do this. Depending on the likes and the interaction and the viewership, maybe I'll make this more common. Monday morning for me, Monday midday for you, Vader Games with the show. Maybe we do it that way. I'm missing these comments. Can I be cheeky, mate? Any chance of a small plug to help subscribers and all subscribe to this man Vader is top notch. Oh, Martin, love. Appreciate that time to do that, my guy. Appreciate that time. I missed a comment from Adam somewhere. Oh no, Adam's ready to cook. Adam is ready to cook. That's my guy. Again, the beauty about this channel too, with the interaction, we've got Martin, we've got Adam, even that aren't on the channel right now, but we've got True City Fan, we got Gundalorian. Support all their channels: the Mancunian Way, Pitch Point, True City Fan, Adam on. Adam, you got to remind me of your Twitter handle, because I think it's Manchester Blue. I might be wrong, but put it in the comments, guys and girls. Go and support these guys. Become a follower. The spaces are lit. What Adam and Martin put on and G certified with regards to these spaces, very informative, great entertainment. There's sport talk, proper football talk, and then there's some great, excellent, quality, well-spirited football banter. You don't want to miss that. And I'll put these comments on point here. Anyone can beat anyone on their day. Every game is hard, so not a chance. It's a farmers league. I agree with you, and I think the amount of managers within the EPL as well is very telling to how competitive and how challenging it is within this league. I agree with that comment. Daniel goes, Farmers League is the like I said, I'm not gonna say it. Hands are up. Hands are up. I'm just reading the comments. All right. I'm just reading the comments. So Daniel goes, Farmers League is the Bundesliga and Ligue 1 because they win all the time and they have way more resources than the other teams. Daniel, spot on. Another thing is they actually poach a lot of the talent within the league, right? Within the French talent or German talent within that league often gets poached as well to those clubs, 100%. Man United spent more money than we did the last 10 years. Keep that under wraps, Daniel. Keep that under wraps. That's one of those secret weapons we need to pull out, like the nukes. We can hold on to that one. Chelsea spent a lot. Liverpool spent around 600 million in the last 5 years, so they clearly can compete financially. You know what I'm hearing, Daniel? And I don't think I'm jumping the gun, but I'm hearing Liverpool fans now say there's no excuses to not be spending and acquiring talent when we need it. Clearly they have it because numbers coming out and showing their revenue, showing how financially successful they've been the last couple years. So that excuse of like, why aren't we buying talent? Why aren't we competing is actually being thrown out. Liverpool fans aren't accepting that anymore. And why should they? Look at what they just did with Mohamed Salah, right? Look at what they just did. And fans on the other side are saying, see, now we've opened Pandora's box. The wage structure has now been broken, and look at what fans are expecting now. Daniel, we won the league 4 out of 5 because we are just better. 100%. And Daniel, we also won that league because our manager prioritized the league. I'm not going to rant today. But when we look back at this season, and there was a important part within the season when we had to face Atletico Madrid and Liverpool in consecutive weeks. I think every 3 days we were playing those matches. Pep, clearly, the manager that he is, the confidence that he had, he chose, despite what we wanted as fans, right? He chose to prioritize the EPL or the FA Cup. It's clear. We know that, and we've all had the conversations. We've been on streams where Pep, why are you doing that? Why are we playing so hard? Why are we going so far in these competitions just to not play our best team? He prioritized the FA Cup. You know who didn't? Sorry, he didn't prioritize the FA Cup. He prioritized the EPL. You know who didn't? That other manager that was going after the quad and obviously put forth best teams within all those competitions. And it made absolute sense why later in the season, the bodies weren't available. This isn't anything new. This isn't no slander. This isn't no banter. It's just looking at how both managers managed the season. When it came time to make a choice, do I have the bodies? And look at all the bodies that we had falling with regards to that battle against Atletico Madrid. When we had those bodies falling, Pep said, nah. I need to get these guys freshened up. I need them to strengthen up. FA Cup, here's who I'm playing because I'm looking at the rest of the season. I can't give these guys a chance at winning the EPL on my head top. That's what Pep was saying. So he prioritized, while Klopp, listening to the fan base, listening to the banter from rivals saying, where are all these domestic cups that you're winning? Klopp's a failure, right? All the rivals were throwing that at him. He listened to it, the fan base listened to it, and they went after that FA Cup, and it cost them. It cost them the EPL as well as the Champions League. From a squad standpoint, they have it, and I'm going to talk about that later in the show. Like I said, this show is there's no chance these topics here. There's no chance that these topics was going to keep me within 45 minutes to an hour, and I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope with regards to the comments and the viewership, it's strong because I'm messing around with something new here. Martin goes facts. Hopefully that's with regards to what I was just saying with the FA Cup and prioritizing You get my earlier comment about tickets, mate. No, I missed that, Martin. Sorry. Tickets. Sorry, post that again if you can. It kind of got lost in the comments here. Daniel Vader, in the last 5 years, we won the league 2 times by 1 point. That is not the definition of a farmers league. We had to fight until the end. Daniel, damn good point. I don't have to say anything else. I'm going to leave that comment right there for you guys to consume. That's it. EPL is not a farmers league. Despite us winning 4 out of 5, 4 in the last 5, it's not a farmers league. Big Morgan, Man City, different gravy, end of story. Didn't mean to make it rhyme, but it did that time. I love it. Love it. It is different gravy. We're moving differently. And it is going to be a fierce year. This year is going to be fierce. But so let's put this to bed. Farmers League, dead that. We now got to deal with these other topics on the show today. Let me see if I can. Let me try to clean this up a little bit because I want to make the transitions nice for when I do some edits. So all right, here we go. Vader games. Okay. I told you earlier, and if you're just tuning into the channel, hit that follow button. If you've been here before, share it in a space, share it in a group, know what it is. Let's all have the convo. This isn't just for Manchester City fans. My peoples are my peoples, and my peoples are football people. So let's just have the convo. 4 and 5, the battles that we've had, it's clear. This moment of competition involves a lot of Liverpool. So when you look at my content right now, what's changed over time is this convo is going to be heavy against our nearest competitors, which is Liverpool. That's what it is right now. Okay. I'm hearing way too much talk about Liverpool not being favorites for the title this year. I don't know if it's due to the bets. I don't know if it's due to the fans, but I'm hearing a lot of that talk. Another thing that I'm hearing is they need a midfielder to confidently say that they will win the league. And I'm getting really confused because as a fan, having competed in sports, and we all have, you can say that you're going to compete for the title. No one can guarantee the title, but you can say that you're going to compete for the title despite not having everything in your favor, right? There's seasons that Manchester City has won. If you want to look at the roster, you want to look at injuries that happen throughout the season, you want to look at many circumstances where City shouldn't have won but have won. So you have to compete. This underdog story that's really being pushed, the media, the PR from fans, strong, very strong. And they're already throwing it out there that this upcoming season is going to be Manchester City's to lose, right? We're favored to win because Liverpool don't have a midfielder. I'm not going right now. It's a short topic. I'm not going to go heavy into this. This is actually a precursor to future combos. I just want to let you guys know, City fans, want to let you guys know, rivals, neutrals. Liverpool's already moving like they're not in contention for the league title. That it's Manchester City's to lose, that they are the underdog. I'm going to say this. Only the biggest or second biggest club in England can claim to have that distinction, can also claim to have, or it's not even a claim, they had 6 out of 11 player team player of the year, or players in the team of the year last season. 5 are returning. Mane is the only one not returning. So they have 5 out of the 11 returning to then claim underdog or not in contention for the title because they haven't upgraded in the midfield. But they've obviously, all the players that they've had are now 1 year more experienced. I find it crazy confusing, and it's a combo that I'm going to go heavy into in the future. And again, when this transfer window's over, we're going to have to dissect this because I'm going to hold my hands up. They're going to say best keeper. They're going to say best defense. They're going to say we have the edge in the midfield. They're going to say they have the better attacking force. All those, when you look at the balance of the teams, that difference in midfield cannot then be City's got the league. Come on, man. Like, have some more chest, have some more backing of your club. This club just went after the quad. Final days. And now, a couple months later, you're not at that level anymore. City's lost players. City has lost players. And we're not talking like that. We're talking that we're going to compete for the league. We're going to compete to win this title. Have the same chest, guys. Let's do this. It's supposed to be Liverpool and City. Let's have this. Let's square off, right? Let's have this battle. Let's talk it through. Let's not do the quick concede. Let's not do that. Comments on the screen. I got Martin here. Just asked if you have any plans to come over this season. I can sort you a ticket, mate, and treat. And wow, Martin, what? We are talking offline. We are talking offline. Absolutely. I've only been able to see one City game. Heading over, being in the company of a hardcore legend City fan, home base, be able to show me around. I'm not turning that down. Let me just get the funds right and the time off. I got to get the time off right. All right. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate that. Daniel, during the Messi versus Ronaldo era in the La Liga, Barcelona won the league 7 times, Real Madrid 2 times, but no one called La Liga a Farmers League. Bang on, Daniel. Daniel, you on the show, the knowledge you share, it's not just for me, it's for the viewers as well. I hope they appreciate it. Your perspective is fantastic, and that's a great reminder. Edison in the building. That's because of UCL titles, Daniel. You think had Real Madrid not won UCLs during the time of Barca winning Champions League, or are you saying because Barca also won Champions League? Edison, can you clarify that for me? According to Pool fans, best keeper, best right back, best center back, best left back, best DM, best center mid, best attack, best manager, best stadium, best fans, best atmosphere. And in the same sentence, they say Liverpool are underdogs. Mind blown, Daniel. How do you say those two things? How do you be so boastful on one day and then the next day say something totally different? Right? How do you have so much chest and then you know what it is, Daniel? You know what it is? It's Liverpool fans guarding themselves, right? You know when you've been hurt maybe one too many times. You put your heart's on your sleeve, or you've confessed what you want or what you like or what you want to have, and you've been disappointed. I think that's what it is. I really think that's what it is. It's a defense mechanism amongst these Liverpool fans, but I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to allow it. This defense mechanism cannot fly. Not at all. Not at all. Daniel Edison. But in the last 5 years, Chelsea and Liverpool won the CL as well. And we didn't go again. And we didn't. So again, why is the EPL a Farmers League? Makes no sense. And the great combo amongst these two. I'm saying La Liga might be better than EPL based on European titles. Yeah, okay. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Based off of UCLs, you're not wrong. La Liga has more of them. Fantastic combo. Now, you know what we do. I'm being proper today. I'm being proper. Vader games. Okay. This is a combo transfer window so far. Rating City's transfer window. If you've seen me on other streams, true City fan. I was wearing black. 1 second, I gotta address my minions. So this transfer window has been fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But if you see me on previous streams, true City fan, just the other day, I think it was Saturday, I was wearing black. I was wearing black because of the news of Sterling, looks like Ake, moving on. Okay, no secrets. Sterling, one of my favorite players. If you knew me from maybe my gaming days, right, Beta Games, playing in the IEGA, Sterling was one of the players I love to torment my opposition with, using Man City in the league. But also as a player, hate to see him go. And so fantastic combo, but this transfer window's got me a little split. But when I look at it from a team standpoint, when I look at it from a business standpoint, all the moves make perfect sense. At the end of this window, I think we're going to see a record number in terms of sales, player sales and costs. I think we're going to see a record number, and then we can't dismiss the quality, the player quality that's coming into the squad. We can't do that, right? I don't think that we're going to, how do I put this? I don't think that we're going to not be as effective in terms of how we play the game. But how we play is obviously going to be different. But I think because of the manager that we have, I think we're going to be just as effective, but in a different way. So I'm excited about this transfer window. I'm not sure how you guys and girls feel about it. But I do have to say, my man, Nathan Ake, when it is finally confirmed, as well as Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus, those guys are going to have to get their proper thank yous, proper farewells. And Sterling did his thing, Ake did his thing, and proper thank yous from me as a fan. Let's see here. Daniel goes, Vader, it's simple for me. Keep Bernardo, get Cucurella in 100%. Replace Ake if he leaves. 10-10 window for me. Yes, I agree. The replacement for Ake, I don't think may be through a transfer. I think it may be through a promotion. Just because I don't, name-wise, maybe you can throw it out there. I don't know if that's really a necessity based off of him being kind of like our backup, right? Our fourth center back. But, we'll have to see on that one. All right. Oh, I missed a comment here. 1 second. Edison goes, Man City should kiss, be happy. Man City should kiss, be happy that Origi left. The guy was a heartbeat on the last minute goals. You know what? I've said this. Mane and Origi leaving Liverpool, Origi, cult hero. Mane, the player I myself feared the most with regards to, head-to-head competitions or which player is going to be the difference maker? I agree with you. I think Origi leaving is going to be a tough one because he was hey, what currently isn't working, let's switch it up. Let's have a different attack plan. And when he's been called upon, he's delivered. Man's been solid. Okay. All right, we're moving here. We're moving.
Vader games.
All right. Tough convo here. But I'm speaking to my I'm speaking to my Liverpool fans here. Speaking to them. All right? And again, there's times where there's banter, other time where there isn't. There's time when it's just a proper convo. And I think what needs to be understood, or maybe it's time for proper recognition. What Wenger had to do at Arsenal was keep the ship going, right? Ownership, new stadium, purse was closed, tight, weren't spending. Wenger, the manager that he was, Arsene Wenger, the manager that he was, did not talk negatively of ownership, did not talk about the constraints or limitations, but plowed through, fought through, made sure that the club was able to remain financially successful, obviously pursuing the top four and winning FA Cups throughout, domestic cups throughout that run, but wasn't challenging, right? And it escalated to where they were like, Wenger out. That's another story. But my point here with regards to Klopp is an upgrade to Wenger is I think Klopp is asked to do the same thing that Wenger had to do with regards to how the ownership and how the club were moving with regards to spending and maybe their ambitions, but it's temporary, right? I think it's temporary. I think Klopp has to be the face, right? He has to be the face of ownership, and everything needs to be positive and things need to move in a successful way despite not being able to maybe compete at the highest level in fans' eyes because they're not splashing cash every year. But Klopp has to do that, and he has to be the PR guy, right? He has to say the right things. So recognize that for what it is. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Arsenal fans or Liverpool fans, like in terms of the comparison with Klopp and Wenger. I'm just trying to point out kind of like the responsibilities that the two of them have had to do. And Wenger got brutally criticized for it and wrongfully judged for that being his ambition, which I don't know. Arsenal fans would have to tell me, but I think what he did as a manager, what he brought to the Arsenal club was in pursuit of winning. He's again the only manager to have designed a team to go undefeated. I don't think that necessarily turns off for a manager. I think that pursuit for excellence remains in you. And Klopp himself pursuing the quad last season, I don't think that ambition just goes away. Understand what he says is being Wenger-esque, right? He's being the mouthpiece for the club. But he's a manager that wants to win. And he's also a manager, like Wenger, that trusts in his ability, his skill set, right? If there is a season, and I hear it from Liverpool fans, that they're not strengthening the team or they're not addressing some weak points, managers trust that they can get the best out of players. Like I said, you having a returning team that was highly competitive. Quad talk. 6 out of the 11 team of the year players, right? Like he's got confidence in making that squad compete. So that's his confidence in that is maybe we don't need a player right now. We don't need the midfielder that all the fans are saying we need to be able to compete and say that we can win the title. He believes he has the talent, or he knows that there's talent coming in maybe mid-season. I don't know. But Klopp is, and he's learned from Wenger. He's probably doing similar Wenger things in terms of managing the club based off of the owner's spending ambition and doing the best. Let's take it easy. Liverpool fans, I don't want you to go the route. As we are rivals, I don't want you to go the route to start killing Klopp the way you did Wenger. That's me. Let me go through these comments real quick. Martin goes, I've got to go, mate. Catch up soon. See you all. Leave this top blue a like. Thank you, my guy. I'm not even on the YouTube channel right now, but please, I humbly ask. I've seen who's been able to interact. I'm hoping that all of you have been able to hit that like button. Thank you so much. Martin, thanks for tuning in. And I'm with you the next time your show goes live or in the spaces, my guy. Thank you so much. Edison goes, thank God Wenger came to London with creativity. Edison, my guy. But that's my 2 cents. I'm looking out for you. As I know, a few of you Liverpool fans think that I'm disrespectful and all I do is bash Liverpool. It's not the truth. We're rivals. We're competing. Ever since Klopp came to this league and Pep came to this league, it was inevitable. We're going to be rivals. So that's why these combos happen. But I don't like this movement right now. You guys need to slow down with this. How quickly things have turned on Klopp is all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Vader games. Okay, this topic right here. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay, man, I actually thought whether I should take this topic off because I'm not a superstitious person. I'm not. But I was thinking, do I kind of wait to have this combo? But then I started thinking, if I don't have this combo, could someone bring this up before I get a chance to? I was kind of thinking that way. And I was like, you know what? Let's just have it. Undefeated season. On previous streams, I've talked about how disrespectful fans have been with regards to this undefeated season. Fans within Arsenal as well. I truly don't think that fans understand how difficult it is to go undefeated. I don't think you understand. Pressure mounts game after game. I'm not early in the season, no. But later in the season, when you're now facing teams for the second time that you've slapped up previously. The tension, the competitiveness is peak. It's peak. And I don't think fans understand how difficult it is to go undefeated within the league, within an entire year. Yeah, that's almost nearly impossible. But to do it in a season, it's so difficult. And it's got me thinking. Yeah, Daniel. I mean, undefeated season in the Premier League. Going undefeated and winning the Premier League. It's not easy to do. It's difficult. And it got me thinking, okay? Hear me out. It got me thinking. Big Morgan goes, Arsenal drew about 14 games. Yeah, they drew about 14 games, but I think, and I haven't dissected this, I think I will do this depending on how the interaction goes in conversation. But I think a lot of those draws happen on the back end of the season, okay? Now, I bring all of this up because an undefeated season is crazy difficult to do. It's crazy difficult. And as difficult as it is, I also want to ask, damn, okay, how do I put this? Could an undefeated season, hold on here. Could an, as difficult as an undefeated season is, which one do we think could happen first? What do you think we would witness first in the EPL? That's the question I want to ask. Okay. We look at the level of competition in the EPL, right? The managers, the teams. If we were to think on what we'd witness first, right? What do we think we would witness first? Would we witness a undefeated season before we witness the next treble season? That's my question. Daniel, whoever says being invincible is better than winning the treble is a loser. I don't care how difficult it is. The trophies are what matters. The treble winning team is the greatest. Okay, fair, fair. Matt said losers. Um, Better when you're looking at trophies. I agree. What's funny is that only one team's won the treble in the EPL. That's Man United. Only one team has gone undefeated, invincibles, and that's Arsenal. Who could, or what could happen next sooner is my question. Could we see a treble in our lifetime before we see another undefeated season? And let me put this on screen for you guys. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Let me put this on screen. This was 21-22. Manchester City had 3 losses. Liverpool had 2 losses. Let that seep in. Let that seep in, guys. Look at the battle. Okay? Liverpool pursuing a quad last season. Took 2 losses. Manchester City, what we were doing, bodies that were kind of dropping at that later stage of the season. 3 losses. Are we going to see an undefeated season when both teams are properly cooking? They're getting the ingredients, okay? 2022, 2023, that season, the sous chefs are getting the ingredients. The chef is figuring things out, how he likes to prepare his meals, what he wants, okay? Not 2022, 2023. Plus, the world champs is in there mucking things up. 2023, 2024. Could we see a undefeated season? Look at that, guys. 3 losses from City, 2 losses from Liverpool. I didn't even do this. You know what? Let me put these comments up real quick because Daniel asked me, Vader, what do you take? Premier League or Premier League, FA Cup, and UCL? Daniel, an undefeated season versus winning the season, winning the FA Cup and UCL. I'm going to take the Premier League, FA Cup, and UCL. I'm going to take that. There's no question. I'm going to take that. But an undefeated season is, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay. We can remember the energy that happened with Liverpool and the quad, right? So many would want to say everyone, and it wasn't even true, but everyone was against Liverpool going so far. That energy was not felt by me. I felt there were way too many people cheering on Liverpool on this completing football. But as a fan base, I'm curious to what they felt energy-wise, like whether they thought it was really happening or what. I think they did. So that's why I think this Premier League, FA Cup, UCL pursuit is so wild, especially because, and I've said this before, the UCL ends the season, like it's the last competition at the end, so the tension just builds, right? You would have won the FA Cup already, you would have won the Premier League because that concludes a week prior, and then you have Champions League, so that build-up is wild. But it's just, I think we might see an undefeated season before we see a treble. Let me put these comments on screen. Edison goes, undefeated is easier. Interesting. It's very interesting. Undefeated is easier than a treble. But we haven't seen any since. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we saw a treble more recently than we did see the undefeated season, right? Like the undefeated season happened, and then Man U winning the treble happened. Edison goes, what about the 18-19 season table? All right, let's put that on screen for you. Let me put that on screen for you. This is, you know what? Let's go in order. Let's go 21, 22. Why isn't it changing? Oh, it did change. Okay. Let me go 2020, 2021. 2020, 2021. 6 losses. 6 losses from City. 6 losses from United. Okay. 1920. 3 losses from Liverpool. 3 losses from Liverpool. 9 losses from City. Okay. 1920 season. 18-19 season. Manchester City, 4 losses. Liverpool, 1 loss. Okay. Liverpool had 1 loss in 2018, 2019, and then had 2 losses this past season. We had 4 losses in 2018, 2019, and this past season had 3 losses. Daniel goes, 100 points is more difficult than being invincible. Yep, winning is more important. But now here's where it gets techie, is going undefeated and not suffering as many losses, right? We can all nerd out and then see what the calculations may be and see what Manchester City could achieve with, minimizing the number of losses. But I'm going to put that on screen. I'm going to go to that season, that 100-point season. Love the convo, guys. Big Morgan, Carlton, Brigham, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, not top opposition. Okay. Okay. Daniel Vader, look at the table and add the Invincible season to that table. You know that the Invincibles would have been third in that table. I agree with you. I agree with you, but we can't take the team from that season and who they faced and put them in a different season because maybe they could have played differently. You know what I mean? But I hear you until the point in terms of the point tally. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. We got McLovin in the building. McLovin Vader. How great is being undefeated really? No team that tries to win every game will ever go undefeated. Keyword, try. That implies there's an intention to take the game to the opponent equals risk. Great point, McLovin. Great point, McLovin. And again, from a manager standpoint, style of play, Manchester City playing to win, bringing the game to the opponent is why I love our club, why I love our style of play, why I love how we pursue games. And the intent is early to go and pursue winning. And then what I think we're now evolving to is now when we've established the lead, when we've taken the lead because we've taken the game to our opponents, then I think we're going to have better management with how we do the game. McLovin, 100% bang on, bang on, bang on. Let me go to our 100-point season. Okay, let's take a look at this. 2 losses, 4 draws. Now, if we were, hear me out, guys, hear me out. If we were to take those 2 losses and make them draws, okay, we're now looking at 6 draws and 102 points. Undefeated season, 100 plus points. We would agree that that is better than our Centurion season. And plus it's undefeated, right? So what has me excited, and I know I'm going on a little too long on this point, but what has me excited is I think we have the only manager that wants to perfect football. I think he wants to perfect football. I've kind of said this not as passionately as I'm saying it now, but I think Pep looks at the pitch and looks at strategy and wants to have the perfect season, wants to have the perfect game. I'm not here to say the perfect season is going undefeated with 12, 14 draws. I'm not saying that. But he did come to the league wanting to get 100 points. And in doing so, he took 2 losses that season. I, I, I'm going to do my homework on another show, or if you guys know this, but who did we take those 2 losses to? Right? Who had those turned into draws? I'm just saying. Let me know in the comments. Share this as well. What will we see first? What do you believe we will see first? An undefeated season or a treble winning season in the EPL? That's my question. Liverpool just pursued a quad last season. City and Liverpool have had seasons where they've only had, actually, Liverpool had 1 loss the year they won the league. We've had 2 losses, 3 losses in previous seasons. What do we think we're going to see first? What do we think we'll see first? The undefeated season or treble winning season? Let me know in the comments. Let me get to these comments here. We go. Edison goes, next season, I think Tottenham will be 1 point behind. Whoa. Edison, slow down. You're putting the Spurs to be 1 point behind the league winning team? Is that what I'm hearing? Clarify yourself. Bless Daniel, 100%. Daniel McLovin, good looking out, guys. Daniel, would that Arsenal team be invincible with VAR? Woo! Oh, let's not go there, Daniel, because there was a massacre, a referee turning their blind eye when United disrupted Arsenal's perfect streak, right? Undefeated streak. Let's not go that route. Let's not go that route. That's crazy. No VAR would mess everything up. I hear that. I hear that. All right. Halo, bang out. Good looking out. I believe you're new to the channel. Hit that follow button, subscribe button. If you happen to check me out on Twitch, but on YouTube, hit that sub button. And viewers, if you happen to be new, hit that follow button. And again, everyone interacting, hit that like button. It means a great deal to me building on this channel. And if you are returning, my first things first, my peoples come first, and my peoples, city fans, rival fans, neutrals. If you've been here before, share this within your Twitter spaces, Twitter groups, group chats. Share the love. Big Morgan, every team has an off day. Facts. Now, managing that off day and still coming out to be undefeated or even with a win is huge. Again, Liverpool and City, 1-loss, 2-loss seasons. Will we see an undefeated season before trouble? I just want to throw that out there. Daniel, probably a trouble because we have VAR involved in the game, but that doesn't mean being invincible is better. I hear you. I'm no longer going the route on which one's better. That's actually a debate for another time. But the combo on which we would see first, based off of the teams, based off of the competition, based off of what we've seen from our clubs. And I'm not saying this as an expectation. We should never look at our club and say, I demand an undefeated season. I demand a treble. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, based off of what we've seen, based off of the levels that our manager's taking things at, Klopp has matched in terms of the competitiveness within the league. What are we going to see? What are we going to see? Halo Bang Out goes, whereas you can go undefeated and not win the league, so for me, the trouble is more compelling, show of respect and footballing prowess. Yeah. It's also how you do it. If you winning the trouble is risk adverse football, defensive, compact, counter, or winning the trouble because for the FA Cup, for the Champions League, you maybe play for, I know you can't necessarily play this way, but if you happen to win those because you're risk adverse and you happen to win on penalties, I know you won them, but yeah, yuck. Edison, that's exactly what I'm saying. All right, I hear you. The trouble is the tougher accomplishment. It's 3 competitions versus the league, which is 1. Halo, already subscribe, my guy. Thank you. Already hit that follow. Thank you so much. Daniel, question. Can Arsenal fans really say that being invincible is harder? Because to do a treble, you have to win the UCL. They've never won the UCL. Oh, Daniel, what are you doing? How you have to win either competition is very different. Okay. Because how you line up in the UCL, who you face, because really the competition really doesn't kick off until the knockout stages, right? Going into the group stage, yeah, it's really the knockout stages you got to worry about, what side of the draw you happen to be on. Winning the UCL is difficult. 100% it's difficult, but it's got its own challenges. I think where Arsenal fans kind of get hammered or killed is because of the number of draws. But to say that team wasn't of quality, and again, maybe because of prioritizing going undefeated versus maybe being fully strength for the Champions League is where things went out. But let me remind you guys, the reason why Arsene Wenger said that he can see Arsenal going undefeated the following season and why they did it was because of how dominant they were the year before in terms of the number of games won and how they were winning, how they're playing. So much respect for that two-year run, going through that invincible season. I'd say probably see an undefeated season before trouble That's a fair point. I think we could actually make an argument either way, and it's a conversation that I want to kind of spark. You heard it here first. We'll see where it leads, but whew, trouble, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a City fan, I want them both. I want them both. I want them. I'm whispering because I'm whispering. Halo, hold up. Edison, trouble can be also without UCL. No, 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 no. Edison, don't do that. Don't do that. Trouble. No, we've won the domestic trouble. The domestic trouble. And the reason why we say domestic trouble because there's a distinction between the trouble and the domestic trouble. Sorry. Our domestic trouble is better than the Arsenal Invincible. Oh, Halo. Okay. 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 Shots. False statement at what, maybe I'm messing up here. Edison, we all know what the real trouble is. Premier League, FA Cup, and UCL. In the Premier League, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. Big Morgan, Arsenal only won 3 Premier Leagues. Phil Foden has won more. Big Morgan for the violence. Okay, before I get derailed, let me finish out these topics too. And again, I already knew it was going to be a great combo. Early show for me. I'm not usually on at this time. I love the support that you guys are giving. Thank you so very much. Let me adjust this. Let me go here. Because that was the next topic.
Vader games.
It was always going to lead here, guys. It was always going to lead here. We're talking about invincibles, talking about troubles. It's always going to lead here. We've got a chance as Manchester City fans to win 3 in a row. We have a chance to win 3 in a row. We also, fresh season's going to start, going to pursue Champions League. We're getting asked this all the time. Rivals are going to ask us, oh, you just acquired Holland. You just got Alvarez. If you get Cucurella, you know what I mean? We got Ortega. Not that that's being talked about by rivals, but we've just armed up. We just armed up with some quality talent. Best striker in the world, many say. I say. Are you winning Champions League? Don't have to answer that. Transfer window's not over. Don't have to answer that. We don't know what the draw is. But knowing Pep, knowing City, knowing the players and how they move, right? How they need to adjust. This isn't simple math. Players are coming out here for calculus, right? Complex complications that they got to figure out. And they need a year. They need a year of Bly, right? We need a year of Bly just to get acclimated, get proper. I'm expecting to see a huge bounce back from Grealish. But year ones don't tend to cook right from the jump. And I'm not throwing out excuses. I'm just setting expectations in terms of an understanding with regards to the players and the system and what we may see. No shying away from it. Won a Champions League. Not demanding a Champions League for year one. But I am at the point where I'm expecting the team to be in a position to strongly know what it takes to win and get over the hump to get that Champions League. Where it gets techie, where I get torn, where it gets complicated, is you have to make judgment calls. You have to make decisions on personnel to compete on all fronts. And I've said this before. I think how Klopp actually managed things last season, why was the reason why they fell short with actually getting the quad, because of the emphasis that he placed on the FA Cup. But because of where the FA Cup falls, the EPL and Champions League, especially semi-final competition with the quarterfinals as well as semifinals, hits at that late stage of the season. It's a tough battle. This is going to sound so wild. But I think it's only because I don't want to concede the league to Liverpool. Why this last season was such a battle. And obviously, if we conceded the season, they would have had a chance to pursue the quad. But I want a Champions League. The tough part is, and if you've been on the channel before, the tough part is I want the Champions League without conceding the Premier League. And if we're not going to concede the Premier League, why concede the FA Cup? You see how things spiral? You see how things get crazy? Let me go through these comments. I think the comments might be a little back, so let me gather my thoughts here and get clear. Hold on here. Man City wanted trouble, not the trouble. Yeah, McLovin going back to domestic trouble versus the trouble, 100%. Hallow talking facts. McLovin goes, look, any other season I would say UCL, but we are in the middle of a three-peat. Pep, give me both. Right? McLovin, that's what it is, man. There's always going to be something added, and we're like hoarders. Have you guys ever watched like some of those shows where these people are inflicted with, they don't have the ability to get rid of anything. They hoard things, whether they're sentimental or they think things are going to gain value in the future. That's sometimes how I feel as a City fan. Like I'm hoarding. I want the Caribou. I want the FA Cup. I want the Premier League. I want Champions League. Like I want it. I want it all. So it's like, how do we prioritize? You know what I mean? And because of this three-peat now as a possibility, and if it's like crazy thinking, I'll concede prioritizing the Champions League because I get the three-peat. Having to go after a Champions League next season, I don't know. It's wild. This thought isn't flushed out. I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's where I think we are as City fans, why we're being tormented, because we've seen the Reds across the street getting EPLs after EPLs after EPLs, EPL title, being the greats in England. We want that. Let me go to these comments. Now, Vader. Me personally, this pressurized talk about needing to win the champs has ruined the allure of it. You know what? Halo, I'm with you. The pressure isn't, for me, the Champions League pressure isn't external. I don't care what they say. I don't care about the UCL, you'll never sing that, or you don't know what that means. Sure. But I know what the EPL means. I love it. I love the EPL. 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 6 since the quote influx of money, support, backing. I love that. I want more of it. And I want more of it not at the I want more of it, but I don't want to not have it to have the UCL, if that makes any sense. I think many City fans are kind of like that. You just making the EPL a farmers league at this point. Nah, Edison, we're not. It's not like that. It's not like that. It just speaks to how much we value the EPL. And don't get it twisted. Liverpool fans want the EPL. They want the EPL first, and their consolation is Champions League. Don't be fooled. They want this EPL. I love the EPL. The external pressures on when will you win a UCL, I hear all that. But I've always wanted an EPL. Liverpool fans, arguably best club in England, sorry, right? Them and Manchester United. Liverpool fans, for as great as they are, and they'll tell you it's because they already have 6 UCLs. Nah. If it is the title that you all claim that it is, if it is the pinnacle of competition, the most luxurious, the most sought after title, then why would it matter if you already have 6 of it? If it's so great, you want more of it. If it's so great, why would you want to then go down and get an EPL if it is so great? See, you got to listen. You got to listen. The EPL is what they want. Their consolation is the Champions League. I want the EPL. I still want the EPL. I want that first, and the Champions League. So it's kind of wild. Let me go through these comments. I know I've fallen behind on it. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. For me, I'd have more enjoyment getting the 3 in a row than champs. And many fans would agree with you. 3-peat. When do we see 3-peats? You've seen 1 Champions League winners before, but 3-peat. I want it. I want it. Look at it this. Look at it like this. When will we be in a situation again to do a 3-peat and possibly 4 in a row? For me, that's more impressive than winning 1 champs and missing out on 3 or 4-peat. Woo! Yo, Halo. We're boys. Make sure you have that notification, because when we go live, we're going to continue to have combos like this. I like where you're thinking. Daniel in the building. Vader, I take the UCL over the Premier League until we win the UCL once. We have never won the UCL. It's the only trophy left, the Holy Grail. Vader, but we will go for both, obviously. Yes, 100% we'll go for both. I hear what you're saying. You want the UCL. And then also, like what Halo's talking about, this 3-peat, this 4-peat, and I'm not to get ahead of myself, but if we win those, we want to keep winning them, and we want to add on the Champions League. But I hear what you're saying. I hear 100% what you're saying. The way we're wired, we want them both, and we should, the way the season plays out. Daniel, spitting facts. Daniel, the true answer for Pep is both. Yeah, that's how he's wired. This guy wants to build the perfect team, have the perfect season, look to be the perfect manager. He's wired that way. Mad scientist. But I agree with Daniel. It's about us going for everything. Yep. Facts, guys. Facts. We got to go for everything. I'm putting these comments on screen. You look at our season when we got 86 points. We were 2 wins away from going for the quad. And that is arguably a weaker team than what we have now. Facts. When we look at things, we got to look at how we were as a team. We got to look at our surrounding opponents as well. I agree with you. And that quad run was talked about, but not heavily. I mean, obviously it didn't go as far as Liverpool's, but even at that time, it wasn't really getting talked about like that. McLovin goes, Vader, do you think Pep has realized his style goes against the way European competition is won? McLovin, I think he has. Because of how that Real Madrid game played out. And even before that, for how the second leg of Atletico Madrid was. He realized Simeone and his, I'm going to say it, and his terrible, terrible approach towards football um, was just going to bunker down and just look to hit on a counter, have the crowd at home, do his thing. I think this is my observation. I think Pep will still take football to the opponent. I think that part hasn't changed. He's like, no, this game, you win games by scoring. So I think he's always going to have the pursuit where I'm gonna want the quality to be able to break down teams and create chances to score. I think that's going to be his approach. What I've observed is now having a lead, especially within the UCL and now home and away. It's failed him in the past with regards to away goals and the approach that he's taken. Now that goals are equal, right? Home and away are equal. I think the understanding too is we have a lead. We will control the game, but we will not force the issue to continue to score. But I think we're going to see him draw opponents out more, not doing tiki-taka just for tiki-taka, but I think he's going to control the ball with possession more in these cup competitions. That's what I saw, especially in the semi and in the especially in the quarters against Atletico and the semifinals against Real Madrid in that second leg. Just how he was managing it. Halo goes, so this season isn't a shoo-in though, guys. That Pep system takes a year before we start blowing away teams. I agree. Kind of talked about that. We got Haaland, we got Alvarez, Cucurella as well. For those guys to close their eyes and know where men's are going. For those guys to be comfortable off Ederson grabbing a save, looking to kick the ball out or throw the ball out, and now high pursuit down the pitch, not necessarily counter, but transition play, for those guys to be fully in sync and to know where guys are going to be, that takes a year. So it's going to take some time. Pep, since Henry days to Gabby, has always stripped down players from individual brilliance. McLovin, we're cooking today, guys. I don't know what we're synchronized. How we're thinking, how we're talking right now. It's like we're boys. It's like we're boys at the poker table right now, just talking, and we got things flowing. This is, I've said this, and there's footage of it actually. Versus Man U, we were up. I think we were a goal up, maybe 2 goals up. And you know how we'll take the ball to the corner flag, waste some time. We're doing that. Sterling happened to be one of the players. Sterling's doing a couple step overs. You can't see my feet right now, but he's doing a couple step overs, being flashy, controlling the game. Previous games to that, even with regards to a little bit of flash that he has, he was doing that. Pep at this time, we won the game. Pep addresses Sterling. Listen, we don't do things that way. Stripped them down. Said, here's how we do things. Broke it down. That ability within the players, they all have. Silva, Sterling, Foden, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Grealish, right? And we're going to see this from Mahrez. They all have it. But within the system, Pep wants it differently. All our players, in terms of like, if this is hip hop, they can freestyle. They can go off the flow. If this is jazz, they can create music, right? They can have their own tempo. As individuals, that's okay. But within Pep, he's a maestro. He's orchestrating the symphony. He needs players to do things in particular ways. So, yeah, he does strip players of that. First, he lets them play with that brilliance. He wants to see it. But then he does strip them of that to say, here's how you know to do things. And you're absolutely right, McLovin. He did that with Pep. Let me go through these comments. McLovin. And the way Pep structures teams, ball-playing CBs first over defensive-minded CBs first. He goes for ball-playing goalkeepers before a keeper that keeps the net first. That keeps the ball out the net first. 100%. So this is it. And here's the thing: this argument about Pep wanting world-class players, myth. Throw that away. What Pep wants, versatile players, players that can actually play in multiple positions. I've talked about this with regards to look at our back line. Walker can play right center back, right back. We got Cancelo can play left, right. He can maybe even play as a winger. We got Silva, who's played on the wing. He's played in the middle of the pitch. Foden's done the same. Grealish, he's molding him to do the same. We got Sterling playing on both wings, Jesus playing on both wings, and even playing striker. Pep looks for players that are versatile. 100%, he looks for players that are versatile, and that's what's made his system so good. You guys got me ranting right now. Vader, the likes of Foden, KDB, Mahrez need the UCL to be in front of these conversations. Imagine Mahrez winning the UCL. He could be the greatest African player of all time because he won everything. Daniel, man, him having a chance to win everything is huge, and these players want it. These players want it really bad, and I think that's also why we're hearing talks of Mahrez looking to renew his contract. But these players know, and they also, another thing that they know is how important it's going to be for Manchester City to win its first. Like, yeah, there's the players' accomplishments, right? There's the players on what they'll achieve in terms of their resume. But then there's the players to be first to bring it to Manchester City, right? Pep knows the importance of that. The players know the importance of that. That is huge. And as fans, we want that sooner than later for them as well, right? Daniel Vader, trouble incoming next season. Woo! Okay, now Daniel, clarify. Do you mean 2022, 2023? Or are we talking 2023, 2024? There's a World Cup this year. There's no World Cup next year. Let me know which one you're thinking. Big Morgan, Sterling, no blame, good vibes. Big Morgan, 100% my guy. We salute him. Wish him the best. Daniel, I like McLovin 100%. Look at the last two teams who won it. You have to be pragmatic at times. Facts. And I think Pep's seen it. I think he's seen it. I'm not going to rant on the past UCLs. That's another show. Halo, we are targeting those areas. Look at the signing of Ortega and Phillips. I forgot about Phillips. When I was talking about the influx of players. My bad. Phillips along with Alvarez. Ortega is a better shot stopper than Ederson for those European nights. Just look at the Vinny goal. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that rotation goes. It's going to be very interesting. But again, Pep makes his decision based off of the opponent. It's not so much I'm not playing you because I don't trust you. It's not I'm not playing you because I think you're out of form. Sometimes he's not playing the player because from a matchup standpoint, I think this player fits the system on what I want to do against this opponent. Bang on. McLovin. Facts, Daniel. I think that's why we brought in Phillips. Not just to rotate with Rodri, but also Pep has to respect the competition and be more pragmatic because you will get punished as we always do. Facts, we need those bodies. We need those bodies late in the season. Fernandinho was not able to give us the same service that he has in previous years. So fair enough, you got to look for the next. In terms of like style of play, very different. Rodri and Phillips, they're not like for like. So it'd be great to see how Pep does rotate them, and I'm gonna love to see how Phillips does within the system. Phillips is our enforcer with energy to close out a game. Dino couldn't do it anymore. Facts. And I believe Alvarez is our expressive style player. Exciting. He's going to bring something off or on that wing, very different than what we've seen. And again, now that it's Alvarez out there, possibly Palmer, Alvarez is going to do something different. Excited for that player. 100%. This upcoming season, Daniel, you're saying trouble incoming. Not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. All right. Phillips' assets is his legs' energy. Think of how Conte terrorized us in that final by just not giving any City player time on the ball. Then he gave it to better players, having Holland to be continued. Yes, Conte was that problem for us in that UCL. Everything else, he was just a disruptor. He was like everything was getting blown up, slowed down, disrupted because of where he was and how he was reading the game. And the guy was tireless. McLovin, having Holland in Europe allows City to be able to score from lesser chances needed. That means we can be less of a creative machine and create in the right moment and become inevitable. Yeah, we're gonna need to see a picture of yeah. We're gonna see a lot of I think a lot of that. Our chance creation I don't think slows down, but it's gonna be in a different style. I don't think we're I don't think we're actually going to have to commit as much with regards to our players being so forward for our chance creation. So now possible counters that happened against us or catching us in transition, I think are going to be minimized. That's what I'm excited to see. That's what I'm excited to see. Daniel Vader, don't ask HHUCL or Premier League. Oh, my guy. You know what? HH, that's going to be an interesting combo the next time I'm on that show. Because yeah, yeah, that's going to be an interesting conversation. Guys and girls, again, if you're new to this channel, please follow, get that notification. I appreciate the support incredibly. Um, and I hope you enjoyed this time slot, right? This is something new for me. Funny enough, going live, it's actually 10:15 out here in Toronto. So I'm hoping the timing worked for you guys. In the past, I've actually gone live around 2:15 in the afternoon my time, which actually like 7:15 your time over in the UK. But I hope you enjoyed it. And the topics themselves, right? What we went through, the convo, the way the convo flowed, it looked like it was popping. I'm enjoying it. Viewers that kind of came through, thank you so very much. And again, if you've been here before, share it. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Before I conclude every show, you know it, you sneakerheads, you shoe heads, I share the love. And I've told this before, and this is why I want to get the numbers up. I've I've been told, I've done my homework, and based off of that milestone, based off of that potential viewership, my plug with regards to footwear has said when I hit that 1,000 subscribers, which I'm far away from, patiently getting there. When I hit that mark, my ability to give back from a footwear pricing or even footwear discount based off of my supplier can be worldwide. So I'm hoping that works out for you guys in the future with regards to subs. So let's get those numbers up. Yo, Big Morgan, see you, my guy. Appreciate it. For those of you that want to see what the shoe is this stream, stay tuned. I'm going to put that on screen for you. Let me go to the proper screen here. Okay. Weather's nice. Weather is nice. Take a look at these bad boys. All right. Let me back up. Oh, let me go forward here so you can see. Clean. Look at that cement gray, kind of like snake skin toes. Let me know what you think, viewers. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know I got to keep it smooth. Always with the shoe cam for the fan requested. I got to give my fans what they want, but that's the shoe game. Another show. Love everyone that tuned in and supported the channel. Subscribe to it and hit that like button. We talked some fantastic football, and we will be back for another show. I'm Vader Games TV, episode Why Always Me. I believe this was episode, what episode was this? Episode 36. It's the off season, but we still got football to talk about. I'm going to check you guys next time. Thank you. Peace.